Exactly.
Speaking of
What's this
that, Bitcoin's
crypto
at
stuff?
27,400 right now. It was just at
Hell
27.5,
yeah.
touched 27.5.
Hell to the yeah, which is good because I did a post yesterday talking about if 27K was going to become like a resistance area because it was support. Um, and it looks like after failing at it the last three candles, it's pushing through on today's candle in terms of daily candles. So that's good. I'm happy because like I was telling you earlier, I bought some more at 25K. So not a big purchase, but at least it was a purchase.
Dollar cost average. That's how you do it.
Yeah, especially because I bought some up at what is it, 28 and change, just because I wanted to add it. That's when I was doing all the stuff with the Oasis vault, and I just wanted to put more in there. So I'm like, screw it, let me just buy now.
Love to see it. Love to see it.
Yeah, I think I'm like, as far as crypto goes, like Bitcoin's the only thing that I'm comfortably bullish on right now. Especially with all the stuff I see going on. I saw, what was it? BlackRock? Did BlackRock just apply for a new ETF, a new Bitcoin ETF?
Yeah, they've got an application in. Crazy thing about BlackRock, I wrote an article on it. They have I think it's 675 to 1 approval record for ETFs. So
Yeah.
out of 676 ETF proposals, they've gotten only one not approved.
Well,
So
think about this too. SEC going after crypto hard. Obviously, the FTX debacle late last year, stuff going on now. And at the same time, you got BlackRock applying for an ETF here in Q2. And then also in Q1, BlackRock, and I forget who else it was. It might have been Fidelity. I can't remember. But they were a net purchaser of a decent amount of MicroStrategy in Q1 of this year, when obviously Bitcoin was down and everything was anti-Bitcoin. So the reason why I'm super bullish on Bitcoin is because I realized the government's not trying to like impede Bitcoin. They're trying to set up a scenario where they have control. Hashtag BlackRock. So that's why all these crypto exchanges are getting completely hated on, because the government has no power. They're not in cahoots. They're not essentially mutual destruction like
yeah,
BlackRock.
yeah. Well, and a lot of people are thinking that this is like Operation Choke Point 2.0, where they're consolidating all of this, all of the on ramps, off ramps for crypto. Making it harder for people to buy like actual crypto,
Yeah.
like through Coinbase and other places. And then by doing that, they're then allowing these ETFs to get approved. So then, you've basically taken away the ease of use for a lot of people to own crypto, but then you offer them like an ETF through their brokerage account. And suddenly, now you have a lot of control over where people are buying crypto and how they're holding it. It starts to make a lot of sense when you look at it that way. And news just broke today that let me see if I can find it. There were a bunch of other companies. So the other day, so originally it came out that BlackRock had filed. Then right after, there was news that Fidelity filed too. And then the next major piece I saw, I had it up here, can't find it.
Did you drop an announcements post?
Oh, I think I was halfway through writing it. Yeah, let me finish that. Crypto exchange backed by Citadel Securities, Fidelity, and Schwab starts operations as of today.
Mm.
So right now we're basically seeing crypto exchanges and ETFs from like the major TradFi players all starting to come about. not even 2 weeks after, we just saw a huge crackdown on the existing crypto startups, like Coinbase and Binance and others. So I definitely think it's a pretty coordinated move. It seems a little bit too coordinated to not be something that was planned. The only other, I basically see it like two different ways, actually three. One, it's a completely coordinated thing, where, you know, they crack down on the crypto exchanges, and then they kind of cleared the way for TradFi to come in. Two is TradFi was sitting around and waiting, and they obviously have, you know, people that they obviously have their own people in the government that they talk to on a regular basis. And they were, you know, maybe it wasn't coordinated back and forth between like regulators, but maybe they had insight into what was going to happen. So they were lying and waiting. They were basically just waiting for their opportunity to push all their new products, like the ETFs and the exchanges, from TradFi. That's the second one. The third one is that it's all just a complete coincidence. But I really don't think it's the third one. I definitely think it's most likely number one, which is coordination. I think at the very least, though, it's number two, where TradFi knew that it was going to happen based on insider knowledge and just waited for the right opportunity.
I got distracted by looking at the Tesla chart, or I should say just like the fucking vertical path that it's been on the last couple of weeks. This is insanity.
Yeah, Tesla is something I've been watching. It's definitely insane. I mean, it's starting to push all-time highs, right? Yeah. I mean, it's, not
no,
exactly, but
no,
it's
still a ways from that, but
yeah.
like it's so that downtrend, the descending channel it was in from the all-time highs back in November 21, it broke out of that back in, I mean, basically like the beginning of this month, and it didn't even like, you think it would like have maybe like tested that something. Nope, just rocket ship, which is crazy because it, was in the middle of that. It's basically gone from 165 to it's at 271 right now. It's basically done that in almost like just a straight line. Like there was one itty bitty pullback, like 180. So yeah, I did not expect that. So I never rolled out my short-term option because I'm like, oh, okay, it's 200's been a problem. Then it's like got up to 215 and we got a red reversal candle. And I'm like, oh, perfect. We'll probably come down, confirm like 200, 205, that it's a breakout. And I figured I would roll there. But no, we just mooned.
Straight to the moon. Yeah, they just announced all those partnerships with GM and all these other major companies to create the NACS, which is the North American Charging Standard, in case anyone
There you go.
was wondering.
So yeah, and then I mean like market's down today, but I still am baffled by the post-Fed move. It was like they didn't raise, which everyone expected, and then they blatantly said that they're going to raise twice more this year, and the market ended up ripping.
I just feel like nobody believes them, I think there's a big element of just nobody really believes what they're saying.
That could totally be it.